Market conditions shifting back to bullish in this bull market. Real nice solid day yesterday, moving the bullish rank up to 22.57, and that is our line right here. Definitely towards the upper end of that range, but had a pullback and a bit of a retest here on at least on the S&P 500. We'll take a look at some of the other markets here as well. Shorter term, seeing momentum shifting back up into that buy zone, and breadth still stuck right in the middle. Didn't see a big bump in breadth yesterday based on that positive move, and sentiment also towards the upper end of that range. Remember that can stay there and often does look like this for it could potentially be months. In a nice bull market, that's where we want that. We want to see that just stuck right in that upper range. At some point, that complacency becomes a negative thing where everybody is on board, and the tide turns the other direction. But we're not quite there yet. We're continuing to see strength, other than not real wide participation yesterday. Buy-sell ratio is still less than 1.63, and a red line above green line right here. But there are a group of stocks that are just continuing to control and pull that market higher, and pockets of stocks that are still continuing to work well. Let's jump over and look at the major market indices here, and S&P 500, real solid day yesterday, a breakout of the recent highs, and moving us back into that bullish trend zone. A nice bounce off of that 236 back here. And again, this wouldn't have been connected to that high as of yesterday. So if we look to see where that 236 actually is bouncing, pretty close to that. We've talked about that range of support and clearing back up above that. Some of the other factors that we're seeing that are positive on this page is we're seeing TLT, really strong rally here in TLT, which is bonds, interest rates coming back down again. And that there's going to be lots of discussion, obviously, about that, whether or not lowered interest rates are now because the economy is starting to weaken versus inflation is under control. As of now, we'll see where that ends up. But SHY also bouncing off the bottom. We'll take that as far as giving the market some positive perspective of interest rates. If we look at sectors, we saw a couple of sectors improving here. We saw healthcare bump back up into that buy zone, and really that was about it. Well, we did see a handful jump back over into that hold range, less in that sell range. Energy is continuing to be weak here. We'll take a look at that oil chart, which that energy pattern is not surprising. Commodities, let's jump over and look at GLD, see if gold had any kind of a move yesterday. Bouncing up off of that 236 level, 1%. That's some support right there. There's still support for gold. Keep an eye on that pattern. Let's see if SLV did anything yesterday. About the same. SLV is silver, and then USO, which is oil. A little bit of a bounce yesterday, but pretty deeply oversold. Could be retesting that upper range. 73.74 on USO. So increasing bond prices, meaning lower interest rates, lower oil, and increasing equities, and moving back into a little bit more of tech names. We'll take a look at that. So a little bit more of a risk on trade. The only real issue is just that breadth, the quality of the rally, the participation of the rally. That can oftentimes catch up, though, when we get this early phase of rallying among market leaders, and then we get everything else piling on top of that. We'll see if that ends up happening right here. Muscle stocks group to consider. We're seeing a couple of nice names here. SG in that retail restaurant space. Nice confirmation. Big earnings breakout. Now follow through on nice volume here as well. Also seeing CLSE and CAMT and Lamback Holdings, LAMB. All three of these have been stocks in nice uptrends. Now pulling back to that support zone 236, giving a confirmation bar as they re-enter that buy zone, CAMT as well. Keep an eye on that list. Some really nice looking names showing up there today. That'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day today.